Dear students, welcome in the class of English Literature, BA second year, Paper First, Poetry and Drama. I am Dr. Sumer Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government Lohia College, Churu. Today in this class of English Literature, we will discuss literary terms. As we know that literary terms are very important in literature because they define the literary concepts, literary terms and literary definitions. Among literary terms, figures of speech as well as the types of poetry are discussed. So, in today's class of literary terms, we will discuss ballad, and ballad is today's our topic. So, dear students, in this class today we will discuss about ballad. What is ballad? What are the characteristics of ballad? And who are the ballad poets in English literature? So, as we know that ballad is also important kind of poetry like epic and the other kind of poetry. Ballad is very interesting kind of poetry. Therefore, today's class will be very important for you, that we are going to discuss a very important and very interesting kind of poetry. So, dear students, first of all, we will discuss the definition of ballad and what is the definition of ballad. So, let's start the definition of ballad. Ballads are perhaps the most ancient of all literary forms. The earliest work of literature that we know of are all mythological epic poems that tell the stories of the culture that produced them. So, in this way we can say that ballads are the most ancient kind of poetry, or we can say ballad is the oldest form of literature, oldest form of poetry. It means this is the as old as epic poetry in literature, or we can say it is more old than epic poetry in literature, or the oldest kind of poetry in literature. Today a ballad is still a great way to combine two separate forms of literature like a novel or a play. The ballad tells a story with characters and a plot line, but at the same time it has the meter and rhyme of a poem. So, we can say that in a ballad there is a great importance of meter, because meter imparts musical quality to a poetry, and ballad is highly musical kind of poetry, highly lyrical kind of poetry. So, there is a great importance of meter in a ballad poetry. And rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme also important in ballad poetry, because without rhyme music is not imparted in poetry. So, meter and rhyme scheme both are very important element in poetry, in ballad or balladry. This combination of art forms lends ample opportunity for creativity and individual expression. Ballad is a poetic form of great antiquity. So, we can say that it's a poetry of great antiquity. It means it is the oldest kind of poetry or oldest kind of literature. The ballad is a tale in verse originally intended to be sung to an audience. So, ballad is intended to be sung to audience. It means ballad is a poetry to be sung, or it is sung to the audience. Ballad is a short story in verse which is intended to be sung with the accompaniment of music. It means ballad is a story that is sung with the company of a musical instrument, or it is accompanied with musical instrument. So, in another words, we can say ballad is a long narrative poem which is sung with the help of a musical instrument, or it is a long story that is told with the help of a musical instrument. Ballad is opposite to epic poetry, which is a lengthy story in verse, whereas ballad is a short story in verse. Generally, a ballad draws its material from community life, from local and national history, from legend and folklore. So, ballad takes its story, draws its story from the folklore or the legendary stories or the life of community, or we can say the life of the rural life. So ballad is based on the folklore. It is usually based on events such as family disaster, an exciting adventure, a love encounter, fierce battle, and so on. So such kind of incidents are the theme, are the subject matter of a ballad. The tale is usually fierce and tragic and frequently introduces the supernatural. So in ballad, like epic poetry, there is the importance of supernatural machinery, because generally the story of ballad is tragic one, and there is the deployment of supernatural machinery in ballad poetry. The tale opens abruptly. Ballad always starts abruptly, suddenly, without any attempt at systematic introduction. It means we can say no systematic introduction. There is no statement of subject in ballad poetry, as we know that epic starts with the statement of subject. Ballad starts without statement of subject, without any introduction of subject. It starts abruptly and suddenly. Often the same lines are repeated from stanza to stanza as a refrain. A refrain is the most important quality of ballad, because the opening line or the important line is repeated at the end of every stanza, and it imparts musical quality, it imparts lyrical quality to ballad, and therefore ballad becomes a very important musical poetry. So refrain is important quality. And stock phrases, the poet also uses stock phrases, the words of common language that are freely used by the poet, and they make the poetry very recitable, very memorable. The story is told in a simple, impersonal manner, and it usually has vivid dialogues. It is usually composed in ballad major quatrains, in which the first and third line are four-footed iambic, and the second and fourth three-footed iambic, with the second and fourth line rhyming. So ballad is written in a ballad measure, or in a measure that is reserved for ballad, because ballad is a highly lyrical poetry, it's highly musical poetry. So the musical devices and the musical we can say techniques are used in ballad by the poet. Samuel Taylor Coleridge's The Rime of Ancient Mariner is the best example of ballad in English literature. The poem is very strictly structured in terms of meter and rhyme. It tells a story of an old sailor who stops people on their way into a party. The sailor describes a sea voyage, a trip to the wedding guests, travel which he once took, in which the ship was lost and everyone on board perished. So it is a tragic story of the 200 sailors, including the mariner, and this story is told to the wedding guest by the ancient mariner. And through this tragic story, the ancient mariner wants to give a message of morality, that a person should take mercy always upon others, whether it is the creature, human being, or anything. Then God will take mercy upon that person. So in this story, there is a great importance of mercy, there is a great importance of pity in our human life. So such kind of story is told to the wedding guest in this The Rime of Ancient Mariner. Toru Dutt's poetry collection, entitled Ancient Ballads and Legends of Hindustan, includes many exquisite ballads based on Indian themes. So Toru Dutt's well known ballad Ancient Ballads and Legends of Hindustan is also important, because it includes so many stories on the Indian mythological heroes and the legendary heroes. So it is also very interesting ballad composed by Toru Dutt. Pope, Byron, Wordsworth, William Blake, P.B. Shelley, Oscar Wilde are the another important ballad writers in English literature. So we can say that in English literature, ballad is very important kind of poetry, and in each and every age of English literature, ballad poetry was written by several poets, and these are the important poets of ballad. Among ballads in the literary tradition, there are several other distinguished works, especially Keats' La Belle Dame Sans Merci. So Keats' La Belle Dame Sans Merci is also important literary ballad. Oscar Wilde's The Ballad of Reading Gaol, W.S. Gilbert's Bab Ballads, G.K. Chesterton's Ballad of the White Horse, Rudyard Kipling's Barrack Room Ballads, and Mansfield's Saltwater Ballads are the important example of ballad poetry in English literature. Dear students, now we come to the point of characteristics of ballad. So followings are the chief characteristics of a ballad. The first characteristics of ballad is that every ballad is a short story in verse. As we know that epic is a long story in verse and ballad is a short story in verse. Both are narrative, no doubt. So it is a short story in verse which dwells upon only on one particular episode of the story. The second, another fundamental characteristics of ballad is its universal appeal. Like epic and other poetry, ballad has universal appeal. There is the universal significance of ballad. Next, use of colloquial language is indispensable feature of ballad. So use of colloquial language, the rural language, is the indispensable feature or the characteristics of ballad poetry, because ballad's origin as a poetry is the traditional ballad, as a folk ballad. So in traditional ballad and folk ballad, the ballad writer uses the colloquial language. The poet has a tendency to make use of day-to-day and common words instead of bombastic and flowery language in the ballad. So common language, day-to-day language, and the simple language is used preferably in ballad rather than the decorative language or the bombastic language. Next, unlike other kind of poems, ballad has an abrupt, unexpected opening. The poem starts all of a sudden without providing any detail about the subject matter. So ballad starts abruptly without any introduction of the subject matter. Next, generally in every ballad there is a refrain. So refrain is the most important quality or characteristics of ballad, because refrain provides lyricism, provides music to ballad. So it is the most important quality of refrain, and refrain may be a phrase or a line which is repeated again and again after each and every stanza. Next one, the poet tends to use stop phrases so that it may be easier to memorize by the readers. That's why every ballad is easier than any poem to be memorized. So ballad is very easy to be to sing, and it is very easy to memorize. So it is also important quality of ballad. Next, use of ballad stanza in another remarkable characteristics of ballad. So ballad is always written is ballad stanza or the ballad stanza form. Every ballad is written in a ballad stanza. Ballad stanza is a stanza which consists of 4 lines with the rhyme scheme of A, B, C, B. There are 4 accented syllables in the first and third line, while in the second and fourth line there are 3 accented syllables. So this is the rhyme scheme of ballad, and ballad is always written in this rhyme scheme or in this particular ballad stanza. Next, use of supernatural elements in imperative feature is the imperative feature of ballad. John Keats and Coleridge's ballads are the best example in this regard. Usually the theme of most ballads are tragic, but it must be kept in mind that there are some ballads which are comic in nature. Next, simplicity is an additional characteristic of ballad. Approximately all ballads are simple in structure, style, diction, which make them the most popular form of poetry. So simplicity is the important characteristics of ballad, and due to simplicity ballad becomes very recitable, very memorable poetry or very easy poetry. Now we come to the point of the types of ballad, that what are the kinds of ballad, what are the types of ballad. So there are the 2 important types of ballad. The first one, folk ballad, or it is also called as the traditional ballad. The next one is literary ballad, which is called as a modern ballad. So first of all we will discuss the folk or traditional ballad. Folk or traditional ballad is a kind of ballad which was developed by anonymous poet in the ancient times and handed out to our generation by word of mouth. It has no written form, it is a verbal sort of poetry which underwent reasonable changes during the course of time due to new circumstances and conditions. So in this way we can say that traditional ballad is the oldest kind of ballad, and we can say it is the original kind of ballad, and it is not in the written form. It is transformed generation to generation, or it is transferred to generation to generation by the mouth publicity, or we can say that it is it progresses from generation to generation in verbal form, or we can say it is the verbal form of ballad. In every new age it altered a lot and absorbed many traits of contemporary age. So with the passing of time, traditional ballad, folk ballad involves so many changes, receives so many changes, and so many changes occur in this form of traditional ballad. Next, literary ballad. Literary ballad is actually an imitation of the traditional ballad. The only difference between the two ballad is the authorship. So we can say in a traditional ballad there is no author, in a literary ballad there is the author. So the basic difference between these two types of ballad is of authorship. The author of the literary ballad is a known personality, while the author of the traditional ballad is anonymous. The author of the traditional ballad may be a common man, or a shepherd, or a villager, or a farmer. Nobody knows about the real author of the traditional ballad. Moreover, time can't bring any change in the text of literary ballad, as it is preserved in hard and soft copies. So with the passing of time, changes may occur in the traditional ballad, but with the passing of time, no changes can take place in the literary ballad, because it is reserved in the soft or hard copy, because it is in the written form. The poet is legal owner of his ballad. In literary ballad, the poet is the legal owner of his text, of his ballad. Literary ballads are more polished and lengthy in comparison to the traditional ballad. So they are more lengthy, more refined than the traditional ballad. Literary ballads possess all the remaining features of the traditional ballad. John Keats, Samuel Taylor, Wordsworth, many other poets excelled in balladry or in ballad poetry in English literature. In this way, ballad is very important poem in English literature, and it is written in all ages, in all periods of English literature by several poets. So there are so many ballad masters in English literature. So students, in today's class we have discussed in detail the ballad poetry or ballad, as we have discussed the definition, characteristics, the types of ballad. So in this way we come to the conclusion that ballad is the oldest kind of poetry, oldest form of literature, and the beginning of ballad, the starting of ballad started with the traditional ballad or with the folk ballad, and with the passing of time literary ballad also came into existence. So in this way we have discussed ballad as the one of the most important or very interesting poem, because there are the lyrical qualities, musical quality in ballad, and it is very memorable, it is very recitable, or it is very easy to sing. So in this way we have discussed in today's class the ballad. Thank you very much for today, and in the next class we will discuss the another topic. Thank you very much for today.